Hey there. So today, before beginning, if you like this kind of content, if you say to yourself, that umbrella guy, I love what you do, I love your channel. In fact, maybe your channel would like to move into the double wide trailer I built right out back for it. Sounds tempting there. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you hit that bell for daily notifications. And if you'd like to go further, maybe you'd like it to dress up nice when it's coming over to visit, well, links are in the description. More on that at the end of the video. So today, I want to return with something that I thought about not putting in a video, but this stuff, it is too funny to actually pass up. This also is Toye, and if you haven't kept up with Ron, basically, Ron, he suffers from this little thing we call foot and mouth disease. Ron, he can't stop talking, and when he can't stop talking, people start pointing and laughing, it makes him really, really mad. That's how you can understand exactly how he and other people frame quote-unquote harassment. Anyone that points out that you're acting stupid, anyone that says anything you don't like, that's harassment to these folks. Now this is a complaint. These guys don't realize, apparently, that anyone can get a hold of this stuff after the fact once complaints are filed. And it's funny because that's been shopped around a few times. Not going through this whole incident, but essentially, if you never caught it, Rekieta law at one time said, ooh, sweet cheeks out there to someone. And well, Ron was encouraging that person to go out and to file complaints against them, legal complaints. Now, this shows exactly what type of people you're dealing with, too. They'll try to burn your livelihood down because they don't like what you say. Yeah, beautiful, wonderful people indeed. Going out and trying to say, hey, you don't need a job anymore because you called me well. Now, this is a complaint that Ron themselves filled out. Again, this kind of stuff, it's available out there. Anyone can find it. Beautiful things. Here's the complaint itself. Nicholas, you like that? Nicholas has been tweeting and making videos that led to harassment. He has called me names and has gone as far as to tell people they need to do a welfare check on me because I might have hurt myself after his tweets. Oh my goodness. You know what terrible, terrible things. Here's the link to that, by the way. Don't you like the tattletale way of this goes? He wasn't doing that as a concern, but more, because he's got this bragging stance. Oh man, don't you love that? Here's this Twitter handle too, because we're going to tell on him. Also, this is my favorite. I can't exactly imagine typing this sentence, but really, imagine the lack of dignity that one has to go out and to type this up and to think that it's a reason to have someone removed from being a lawyer. Here is a link to his tweet where he is calling me Miss Beta and making fun of me for being intimidated due to his tactics and his intense harassment I have received from the post. Now remember, this guy too, he talked about being harassed because a Thai beard typed out 5 words. We will be in touch. That, it leads to harassment. Everything leads to harassment, unless, of course, folks like this guy are doing it. This is the same guy, too, that locked down everything he was doing on social media just to, of course, keep doing it. Even though he's been given lawyer advice not to do it, you can tell that he has. He's still going on. Continuing here, though, he is using social media as a platform to intimidate people who he doesn't represent. He drinks on his YouTube channel and gives legal advice. Oh my gosh. So he doesn't represent people. So on social media, he talks about them cutting through there. He drinks on his YouTube channel. Oh my God. I don't remember ever hearing that in an ethics complaint, but okay, there you go. That guy, he likes to drink in his free time. Oh my God. And he gives legal advice. Man, is that sort of like drinking and driving only, for some legalese? Man, what a terrible monster. He is massive liability and poor representative to what it means to be an attorney. You have looked at who attorneys are, haven't you? You've looked at some of the folks that have been represented out there. Yeah, because everyone is entitled to an attorney. And you know what they say about attorneys out there. They don't say this, that's for sure. They don't say this. Continuing on, Nick started a $100K request through GoFundMe to assist in Vic's legal fees. You see how this just comes out of the blue here, too. Can you imagine reading this and thinking, what in God's name is this dude talking about? He is scamming fans and using those funds to try to intimidate survivors from coming forward. Wait, so he's scamming fans and yet he's using those funds to intimidate. Doesn't that say, if you cut through the BS, that he's actually using them for legal purposes because he's intimidating, aka he's calling people out on their BS when it comes up? That says maybe, scam versus they don't kind of go together. My fiance and I have received death threats, harassing phone calls, and more. I hope someone can look into this and let me know if they feel he is acting in an ethical manner worth the license in Minnesota. Beautiful stuff. Now this response, it's a beautiful one too. I love it. I love this response. After reviewing the documents you submitted and the following publicly available information on a Twitter handle, the director has determined not to investigate your complaint. Because it's not a bad thing. Now look at this summary. This summary right here, Lord, if I typed this up, I would be laughing all the way to the bank. I mean, imagine typing this up. Nicholas Rekieta is an attorney, but he has never represented you. You allege that Mr. Rekieta has been tweeting and making videos in which he calls you names such as Miss Beta and states that someone should perform a wellness check on you. Man, what terrible stuff. You assert that Mr. Rekieta engages in these activities for the purposes of intimidating and harassing you. You further allege that Mr. Rekieta drinks alcohol during his videos and requests funds through GoFundMe purportedly to assist in quote-unquote Vic's legal fees. I mean, like I said, you know how random that is. You state that as a result of Mr. Rekieta's actions, you and your fiancé have received death threats and harassed him phone calls. Now here's the reason for not investigating. Good times here. While Mr. Rekieta is an attorney and the topic of his tweets and videos reference legal proceedings for discussion purposes, the subject of your complaint is an attorney's alleged improper actions outside the practice of law. The Office of Jurisdiction is considered allegations of attorney misconduct, whether or not these allegations were in the practice of law. Then they give you legal proceeding on that. In R.E. Perry, they go through that. The director of this office has discretion, however, to make such investigations as the director deems appropriate as to the conduct of any lawyer or lawyers. Rule 8, rules on lawyers' professional responsibility. In general, discretion has been exercised to investigate alleged attorney misconduct in matters outside his or her practice of law only when the allegations, if true, you like that if true, would construe serious misconduct reflecting adversely on the attorney's fitness to practice law. They say see comment to Rule 8.4, Minnesota's Rule of Professional Conduct. Although a lawyer is personally answerable to the entire criminal system, a lawyer should professionally answerable only for offenses that indicate lack of these characteristics relevant to the practice of law. In this matter, the director's office has determined that no investigation will be conducted. You may pursue whatever civil or other remedies against Mr. Rekieta that you may be available to you. So they tell you basically, well, yeah, we don't investigate things like getting called Mr. Beta or Miss Beta or drinking online. I mean, seriously, can you imagine people that go out and file reports like this? And moreover, can you imagine what they're trying to do? So that's the most nefarious and telling thing within all of that. They tried to remove a guy's livelihood because, hey, I can go out, I can file this. And in their minds, if you get enough people filing complaints behind the scenes, well then, if there's smoke, there's fire. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? That's why I can't trust any of these people as far as, I could throw their seemingly defunct careers. I personally, I know how they are acting here, and I know what that points to later on. So anyhow, you tell me what you think about this stuff. And again, pause on the sections, laugh out loud, because this comedy definitely ensues within these reports. This, like I say, I took the headers off so you can see that. But this stuff out there, go and find it. It's fun stuff. There's more of them too. There are definitely more of them. It also tells you that these people there, when you saw this kind of stuff, when you saw them handing it out pretty much free form, you knew that they were handing these things out behind the scenes. That's what they were planning to do. And well, it just points out exactly what type of people, again, you're dealing with and how easily they turn to trying to burn one's life and livelihood down. But again, tell me what you think about this stuff. If you like this kind of content too, as I said at the beginning, make sure that you hit that subscribe button, hit that bell for daily notifications. And if you want to go further, well, links are in the description. They definitely help channel out everything from Patreon and on. Although if you don't like Patreon, there's ways to directly basically help out, things like that. Also leave comments, pro or con. You can always leave comments there, and I'm curious what people think. I try to read as many of them as I can every day because it's interesting to see what's going on, what people think about this, and how crazy these folks are too. Ending this, I want to end as always by saying something that these people have forgotten. You make endeavors possible. These people, not so much. So you have the power in all of this stuff. As such, I want to thank you just for showing up. You make this endeavor possible. These people, they will forget you. They will bully and harass you. They treat fans like teetotal garbage if they don't walk lockstep. You can do whatever you want, basically. I just appreciate you showing up. I appreciate what people have been doing, and well, we'll do it again soon. Thank you.